Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross, international superstar, you name it, and I've been there twice. Ireland, England, Northern Ireland, Australia, Colombia, Egypt, France, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Austria. Are you kidding me? This guy's been all over the place. And if there's one thing I like, if there's a couple things that I like, it's chicken breast, it's the internet, and it's TNA wrestling. Thank you, everybody. You are checking out the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Thanks.
Wrestling Mayhem
Show.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seeing his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can shit better rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you're sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's Delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, The Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show 249. We're back again. We got a different menagerie of faces with us tonight. First of all, with us, if I can find the button, DJ Lunchbox joins us.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm scared and confused because the only voice I recognize is Swords.
That's right.
I have no idea who else is here.
Excellent. Well,
I'm excited.
You keep hiding behind your title, sir. There you go. That's more like it. And also with us, also with us in our Northeast Exchange program, since Mad Mike is out, the Prince Magnus rejoins us again. How you doing, sir?
Boom! I'm doing great. How are you guys doing? Lunchbox, I thought we've spoken before. Come on, don't be afraid.
Yeah, that was just that one time. And
okay.
I have an awful memory, so I'm sorry. I'm happy to have you back. Welcome back to the show.
There you go. And
hey, you rule, Lunchbox.
And in studio with us, left over from the Awesome Cast, is AJ. How you doing, man?
They won't let me out.
No, the doors are locked. The dog is guarding you.
Literally, the dog's right there.
Yes.
He's staring at something, not me.
Finally, the banner behind you actually fits the show you're on.
There it is. Look at the plug right there.
Fantastic. Of course, the Wrestling Mayhem Show, if you've come across us by accident, because that's probably the only way, you can find out more about us over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, Twitter at Mayhem Show, and you can also get in contact with us. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Good times.
412-206-WMS0. Please, we like your feedback. And now we have iPhone and Android apps. So all of you are included. I'm sorry, no BlackBerry yet. No BBMs for you.
Man,
no BBMs.
One of these days, somebody's gonna code for the BlackBerry. One of these days.
One of these days. But you can go check that out. Oddly,
it's true. No BlackBerry app yet, but if you ask real nice, we will rim you. So.
Oh.
That's right.
My mind doesn't know what to do with that lunchbox.
But be aware. I think it's still listed wrong in the Android store, so you apparently have to look for The Wrestling Show in order to find us.
That seems about right.
That's about right. Okay.
Google doesn't like Mayhem.
No, apparently not. And also, we were scheduled to have Kevin Kelly on the show. A little disclaimer at the beginning that things did not come through with the contact for that. He's a busy man.
Yeah.
You know, things happen. That's all right.
He's busy honoring rings.
Yes, something of the sort. Something like that. So good luck to WrestleFan who's missing tonight because he has to study for his tests. Because he's just a child.
Because he's a bitch.
There you go.
Studious children are the wave of the future.
No, he should have been fucking studying all year for this fucking... No, you fucking You son of a bitch. It's fucking Tuesday. I did all my studying years ago just so I could be on the Mayhem show tonight.
What is he even studying for? I really hope it's something. I hope it's something productive and not like whole
like SATs or something. He said he said a test got like sprung on him over last.
I'm sure the SAT just got sprung on him.
Yeah, you know, I hate when you show up for bio one day and they say, "Hey, we're doing the SAT right now."
I don't know.
Everybody pull out a number 2 pencil.
It's Texas. Maybe it's like a rodeo exam or something.
They're examining pig anuses right now.
A rodeo exam.
You never know.
Goat rodeos. I don't know.
Well, we got plenty of fan mail. We got plenty of discussion. I'll get to. We have something of a new production. I don't know if you saw on the Twitter, but we'll talk about that a little bit. The couch cam is echoing. Oh crap! I think we just had that happen again. So we'll fix that right now. Thank you, chat room, for letting me know about that. Yeah, now you're not echoing. That should be better. Let me know if that's better, guys. Sorry about that. We screwed that up before when Doc Remedy, the guy that killed Doc Remedy.
Hey, look who just got on Skype. It's somebody who fucking should be studying. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, no.
He's been sitting in the Ustream, lurking like a bitch.
Live.
No, I think it just boots up with his computer. I'm just going with that until I get a message here. So,
call his...
Shenanigans. Get back to studying, WrestleFan.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, if you're going to say you're studying, go study.
Yeah. All right, let's get right into the fan mails here, guys.
Leave me alone, I'm cleaning my room.
The Riz hits us up first. Actually last, so he's the first on my list. WMS! Back to a lighter subject than my last week's email, which I believe was the one about Shawn Michaels and I don't know. By which I was raging mad last week, but Slammies have come and gone, and it got me thinking, what awards would I give? Obviously, I'm the perfect person to talk right now. Is this cookie? Is this massive sugar I just ate before the show?
It's awesome.
Hey.
It's good to be in the studio.
Mm-hmm. You remember those days, LB. Number 5, the Bob Barker, did he slam him? Award for not knowing when the match is over. Naomi from NXT. I didn't watch enough NXT to know that one. Number 4, the I don't know. One. What's that?
That was a good one. I'll just say, yeah.
Okay.
Naomi, you're a champion for going through with that.
So for the 6 people that watched NXT Season 3, you know what that was about. Number 4, the I don't know what I'm talking about award. It's a tie between Mae Young calling Lay Cool bitches and JTG not knowing who beat who in Mae Young versus Lay Cool from last night. Yeah, that was funny. I'm sorry, we're filling you in on Slammies since...
honestly, because my DVR hates me, I was not able to watch the prestigious Slammy Awards, and I only saw the one tweet, the very specific one about brooding, angry Miz girl.
Yes.
I did see that. I did see that on the Twitters, but other than that, my DVR can eat.
Well, hey man, I got all the list right here. We're ready to go when you want to hear them.
Go ahead.
Let's see. Number 3, beat of the best use of anti-alcohol, CM Punk's gimmick continuing over after Serena was caught drinking. Number 2, worst use of alcohol, Shane Helms. I'm presuming the radio show that he's talking about last week.
No, I think he's talking because Shane Helms got. Remember, it was him and Jericho who got in trouble for like fighting drunk in public, and right after that is when Helms he got the pink slip.
Completely got frosting on my MacBook now. Holy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs is gonna hate you.
I know, right?
Man.
Oh man. For the iTunes listeners who want to know what this cookie looks like, just close your eyes. Just take a breath. Bring yourself to a peaceful place, and imagine what chocolate having an orgasm looks. And boom, you got that cookie all over your face. It is fantastic looking.
It's not just fantastic looking.
That takes me back to my days in high school.
Takes me back to...
there was a big guy named Chocolate who...
There's a big dude named Chocolate, and everything was sticky.
Oh, no. Oh, that's so wrong. All right, number one worst fan, John Cena. He wears the same t-shirt and shorts. He always storms the ring. He always spills CM Punk's diet soda. Well, I'm back to cramming my head filled with books. I really don't like this. Until next time, Riz.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Why is John Cena wearing knee pads to a WWE show? You ever notice that? He jumps over, he's still got his knee pads on. I'm like, dude,
so
take them
weird.
off.
Dude, he's got the right idea. I think more people should do this. This is an idea we started tossing around at work. Is if you're in the crowd, right, and Nexus was coming through the audience like they used to, what somebody should do is they should just go to the show with the Nexus T-shirt, the Nexus armband, Nexus hat, and like some tearaway pants, a Speedo underneath, right? And then if they were in the crowd where the walked past them, just rip off the pants so they're in a Speedo, boots, and like knee pads. And then they got the Nexus gear on and just start following the Nexus. I guarantee you'd get over the rail before they took you down.
Yeah, they'd be like, who's the chunky guy? Wait a minute. You don't look like you belong here. Who's the 5'8" fat guy? Who's
they take
that?
down. It's like they take down Husky Harris before they take you.
I'm the tank with the Ferrari engine. I'm the fat guy of the group.
Oh man. All right. Next, Steve. Hey, LB, you want to take Pierre Kelly? I believe you're going to go on that one. Yeah.
To the WMS Nation, I could have believed with my own two eyes that for the first time in over a decade, David Arquette, the guest star of Raw, wrestled with Alex Riley for a handicap match with Randy Orton, which sadly lost thanks to the Vipers RKO. But it wasn't just a lowlight for the 2010 Slammy Awards. The other lowlight was Michael Cole winning the, and I quote, Line Award. Why?
Snore.
Because the whole WWE universe hates that guy. The girl with the mad look on her face when Miz won the spinner belt after cashing it in gets the crowd reaction award. I have to agree with the universe for the whole thing that happened.
Can I be honest here? The Michael Cole thing, have you guys followed the Things Cole Says account on Twitter?
No.
Oh, yeah.
There is a guy who
I love
writes,
the Things Cole Says
it's
account.
Things Cole Says and the Coal Miners. They're like two guys who like quote Michael Cole on Twitter. And I basically was able to follow most of NXT, which was pretty much Michael Cole just sitting there going, what the hell are we doing here? Why are we even watching this? It's awesome. Things Cole Says, follow them on Twitter.
Fantastic.
It's very entertaining.
I agree. With Streak versus Career as the moment of the year, along with CM Punk, Goldust, and Pee Wee Herman winning the Slammies, I couldn't believe Super Cena won the Superstar of the Year when Wade Barrett called David Otunga out to wrestle him, and Super Cena used one of his 5 moves in under 2 minutes. I can't believe every match is under 5 minutes. Why can't we go back to old school when wrestling matches were longer? Because we don't have, there's no attention span in the world. Like, we're pushing it, doing a 2-hour podcast. We thank you for listening, but you couldn't watch this shit for 2 hours. It's just, that's, you know, video, nobody though. Under 14 except for WrestleFan.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll also jump in here on this. If you even see the pay-per-view matches are under 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are you going to do? The longest match you're probably going to do is an hour-long Iron Man match. And that's too friggin' long. I was at the at bragging rights for the Cena Orton match, the Falls Count Anywhere best of or Iron Man match, whatever the hell it was. I sat there in the crowd, literally going, "Okay, really, I'm done here. I can only watch John Cena do all really? 5 moves over and over again for like an hour."
Maybe I was just more excited because they came over to my section, but no, I thought that one came off really good live.
Well, the explosions were kind of cool.
Yeah,
where Randy Orton tried to kill John Cena with
the Wile E. Coyote point. Yeah.
But honestly, there were parts of that match that just dragged on for so long.
Well, you have to because it's an hour.
It's an hour-long match. But
I think guys, no matter how good his cardio is, he can only do so good. You know?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
there's a rest hole. That's what rest holes are made for.
Yeah, 30-minute matches tops.
Said cardio.
What? Here, let me help that one out. Boner. There you go.
All right. You got anything left there, LB?
Anyways, next week, the Big Blue Brand will be on USA just in time for Christmas Eve, Friday night, and Tribute to the Troops will be on the same week. And don't forget about TLC this Sunday. See you guys later for a big week of wrestling. PRK, a.k.a. Mr. Techwood Drive.
Fantastic. And I got one here from the missing Mad Mike. He actually put in a short email. Howdy, Mayhemmers. It's that guy getting ready to fly, but all your women call me their number one guy. It's Dashing Mad Mike. Quick little mail from the airport, guys, because I know the show suffers when Magus takes the spot.
That hurts.
There you go.
That hurts.
Raw seemed cool last night. What the hell? From the results I read, and like
Raw seemed cool,
and like the sheer number of gimmick matches. Are you rating this like a high school girl? Especially
smiley face.
Especially, yeah. Oh wait, that's the next line.
Okay.
Especially Sheamus and Jomo. Also, fuck TNA in their asses, but at least they concentrated the awesomeness in one segment with Daphne and Velvet. I didn't see last week then. Oh no, I saw the end of last week.
I haven't watched TNA in 6 years.
Since it was on
didn't miss
pay-per-view
much.
weekly.
Yes.
You and the rest. Okay.
Well, there you go. Okay, I'm leaving on a jet plane. What the hell? But I'll be back next week with Mayhem, Christmas cards, White Alchemist, ending transmission. That was the most pun-filled email I've ever read on the show.
And now here's a
no, there's more pundit things Mad Mike has sent out into the universe. Because might I say, Mad Mike has not only made me a better person for having known him, but he has made me a better man.
What the hell?
He's given me tips
Did
on
he
being
write this for
dashing
you?
without even knowing it, simply by following his words and mannerisms. He's known amongst us loggers as the Don Juan of databasing, the Lord of logging, more macho than Randy Savage, and simply the encyclopedia. All of you here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show and listening and watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show should thank your blessings that you are able to be associated with a man so noble, handsome, awesome, and if I mentioned as humble as one is dashing, Mad Mike. Mad Mike is slightly less than a god and more than your average man.
Okay.
Simply put, the MVP of WMS is, was, and always has been the dashing one, Mad Mike.
Can I be honest? Had he wrote his email?
I totally did not lose a bet to have to read that. And that bet totally wasn't on whether Alberto Del Rio would win the King of the Ring.
Let me be honest here. If he had wrote his email half as well as he wrote that speech, we'd probably be better for it.
Hold on, you have to give
was
some
passionate.
to the enunciations of Juan Magus. Please.
That's right. I think I suitably
Alberto Juan Magus.
I suitably screwed up his email. I'll admit that. It's cold down here.
No excuse.
What is this? What here? It is cold down here, guys. What else have we got this week? These are from November. I have completely the wrong thing. Was there any other fan mail that we caught? Because I swear there was
I
another
don't think
one.
so. November?
I tracked back to
Hold
November somehow. I think my email just
Hold
got
on.
screwed up.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Paired
Hold on.
statements.
Nope. That's from the
That's
Riz.
it?
We're good.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna do this kind of backwards here. There's we got okay. Everybody knows Big Freaky. We have on almost every week. He leaves way more voicemail than we can play on this show. This week, now Google Voice, where we have
Sorg, I have a problem. Sorg, I have a problem with this.
Okay, here we go. Yes.
I have a problem. Listen, all right. Are we really gonna reward this behavior?
It's like
Are we gonna
feeding a
say-
dog that bit you.
Hey, man.
What?
What's the Wrestling Mayhem Show without some ominous threats and many references to indie people that most of us haven't heard about? Most of the regular people.
Yeah. I mean, the guy has a lot of knowledge. As if you listen to the 12 minutes of the voicemails from this week, he has a lot of knowledge and feedback and background on the subject that came up this week. Okay, being a guy that has followed indie wrestling in the Cleveland and Pittsburgh areas for probably his whole life. So I thought that was information that was valuable to an extent. Everybody else laughing at
Brother.
So we got the helicopter going on, LB. a little bit. So what happened? So I put it together. I put some music over it, and we have a new podcast called the Big Freakies Big Voice Cast. You can go over to WrestlingMayhemShow.com and check it out. Let me know what you think of it. If this is where we need to put those, it gives them a mouthpiece. We're talking about him writing on the site, and for whatever reason that has happened or not happened. Yeah.
Are you going to play this here?
I'm looking for it. I'm
Okay.
looking for it. It's
Okay,
so well.
we'll
it's so
buy
well
you
put out
time.
there on the internet. So, Lunchbox, how's lunch?
Oh, it's pretty great.
And also, thank you, Big Freaky, for the for the liner from M Dog that is at the beginning of the show. Okay, here it is. What's that?
No,
Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's
keep going.
Leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. It's okay. Seriously. There we go.
AIW is making the news among smarks right now
Oh boy.
for declaring war against TNA. Now, a lot of people are really getting into this, and I would really love to be one of them.
Are they?
But I can tell you, around over the years, that AIW goes to war, air quotes,
War.
quite often.
AIW is war.
And the rest of the 12 minutes pretty much details how many times AIW has gone to war with people. It's still playing. Oh God, it's still playing.
Oh, I think it's
Okay, hold on. That message sounds like when you call your ex-girlfriend hammered at 3 a.m., kind of just going on, but you don't really have a point, but you're angry.
It was 1 a.m. when he
Little
called.
hammer.
It was 1 a.m. this morning when he called.
I was gonna.
by the way.
I mean, honestly, I was gonna say here, it sounds like he's like walking home from work, and he's just like watching out for cars, and he's not really paying attention to the topic that he's talking about. He's just trying to make sure that he's not gonna die on the way home. Yet he's really pissed off about TNA and AIW.
The point
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a buzz going, though. Come on.
Man, I want him to like get really close to the microphone and just like really whisper in the phone. TNA and AIW, they just need to work their differences out. They just need to do it. Just like whisper real gently.
The point is this article right here over on the Bleacher Report, where
what a great website.
AIW, the promoters for AIW have gone out. Apparently, they've been their talent has been approached several times, including a lot of their talent in this past week by Total Nonstop Action for contracts. Really?
I think every time TNA should be total nonstop action should be said, it should be accomplished by voice pyro. Total nonstop action.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's such comments that the promoter says that they to the point of calling people that are signing up for them sellouts, and saying that let's see if I can find the quote exactly. TNA is not advancing a career. Have you watched their product? Multiple guys on our roster and staff have been offered deals in the last week, so you can understand our frustrations. If it was WWE, we would be in full support. That is a life-changing opportunity. TNA is just a move in a lateral direction, going from being part of a rapidly growing company, meaning, I presume, AIW, to whatever TNA is, a wasteland of Fedjecks. So, now, being, I know there's a lot of people here that aren't fans of TNA. I think all the supporters are not here this week, except me. To some extent.
To be fair, I don't think it's a wasteland. It's more of a mausoleum of some kind.
I think they have solid talent there.
Yeah.
It's just there's too many people who wear Depends that are making sure that those guys don't get spotlights.
Yeah.
Can somebody Jeff Jarrett put down the guitar? Honestly, the country music gimmick was like in '92. I was 8 years old when you had the guitar, you bastard.
Kind of as a side note to what you were saying there, there's actually something in the rundown about Jeff Jarrett was on a radio show and was announced as a former pro wrestler.
Oh, that's good.
Because they remembered him from 1997. So and haven't heard of TNA apparently.
JEFFJRRET.
There you go.
I remember that.
TNA isn't really like a wasteland. I wouldn't even say it's a mausoleum. What it is, it's a wonderful time machine where you can go skyrocketing back through time to the early 2000s, where the days of WCW, back when fucking Vince Russo reigned supreme. That's what TNA is.
Honestly, like,
you could also make friends who live in the mirror
with rims. It's got rims. Why put rims on a time machine? Who cares? They're shiny.
Let him spin. Watch him spin. Honestly, like, did anybody not go back and read, like, I don't know, a book or a story about how WCW went down the crapper? Did Vince Russo just go, Dixie, no, it's not going to happen again. Trust me, I got Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash, Hulk Hogan, and Macho Man Randy Savage. It won't happen again. Trust me. I got Sting.
Aside from our disdain for TNA,
I don't have a disdain from it. It's funny.
No, it's not. No, that's not a disdain at all. Aside
it's never
from that,
funny when Sting is on. Fuck Sting. Fuck Sting.
Otherwise than that, I disagree from the comments in this article. This whole lateral direction stuff for TNA.
I disagree with that as well.
Yeah.
Are you on TV? Are you not in Cleveland? I think it's a step up.
No, I understand. I understand AIW's bitterness. Be like, oh, all of our good, because I mean AIW is like, I think there's 2 feds in Cleveland, and one of them does more northeast Ohio in general in PWO, and they're doing TV and everything. They're doing something different, AIW is kind of on their own. AbsoluteAIWrestling.com if you want to check them out. And they have a lot of Ring of Honor talent, a lot of Chikara talent. I know Jimmy Jacobs is one of the guys. Actually got a thing at the top here. A lot of the talent that we talked to here from IWC, Facade versus Gargano, Portia Perez is up there, Jimmy Jacobs, Tim Donst from Chikara, Gregory Irons from that's also in PWO, has been around on IWC. So I mean, they got a lot of great talent. A lot of ROH talents come through there as well. So I can understand their frustration, because they got good talents that's going to get picked off by TNA, of course.
Well, yeah,
and not it's a lateral direction. I'm sorry, you're guaranteed, like, well, I guess you're not guaranteed. That's a false statement, but you have the opportunity for live events. International live events, TV at least 4 or 5 times a day.
You had that opportunity before for international events and things like that. I have to disagree with you, Sorg.
Okay,
TNA is not a step in the right direction. Look at some of the best, hottest wrestlers of the past 10 years have gone to TNA, and their stock has dropped significantly. Look at AJ Styles, look at Homicide, look at Samoa Joe, look at Christopher Daniels. These guys flounder there.
Can you really say that AJ Styles' stock has dropped since he's been in TNA? I mean, the guy's on there every week. I mean, he's a name as far as that goes.
But he's a name in TNA. He's not going to be a name anywhere else.
So he's not a household name. Well, TNA's not the place to go to be a household name.
I don't think that there's a lot of things that are in TNA, especially the stuff that TNA is picking up from the indie feds.
Yeah.
That Vince McMahon and the WWE wouldn't go after.
Yeah.
You get guys like Samoa Joe. You get guys like AJ Styles. Mm-hmm. I don't think as good as they are, I don't think the WWE would pick them up because it doesn't fit Vince McMahon's "I like bodybuilders who can kind of wrestle" mentality.
Although, are we kind of seeing a difference with Caval and Bryan Daniels now? Daniel Bryan. I don't know.
Daniel Bryan.
I just gotta pick 2 names.
Let's be honest. Do you see either of those guys getting a real WWE title shot in the next 3 years?
Did you see The Miz 5 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago, did you see The Miz getting that? 2 years ago.
A year ago or 2 years ago, The Miz, even when he was in the tag team with John Morrison, he was not on the mic. If you want to be a champion in WWE, you have to be good on the mic.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything from Daniel Bryan or Caval that has said to me, either one of these guys are going to be championship caliber, carrying main events of large pay-per-view level guys. And that's what WWE looks for. That's why they like Cena. Does Cena have 5 moves? Yeah. But he can carry a mic, he can carry a crowd, and he can actually carry a storyline all the way through to a pay-per-view like a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't see Daniel Bryan or Caval doing that yet.
No.
Do they have the in-ring talent to do so? Yes, but I think that their ability to carry a storyline and carry promos needs to improve vastly, and that's why guys like Samoa Joe, who I just consider to be a screamer on a mic, and AJ Styles, they're great in the ring, but if you put them on a microphone and try and get them to carry a real storyline, not so much.
I mean, that's not so much what they're doing in WWE. I understand, but then. Well, then there you go. I mean, then how many of these people from AIW would have had a chance in hell in WWE?
No.
I mean, these are all, from what I recall of the AIW roster, it's all smaller guys. You know, I mean, it's all. You know, I know Shima Zion and Jimmy DeMarco were up there. They're all about their size. If you're familiar with them, what would qualify as cruiserweight division. You know, again, I could be wrong, not watching that much AIW, but being a little bit familiar with them. But the people I see in the posters are just regular-sized guys. They're not 6'4" guys most of the time, I don't think. You know, so
well, you know, the thing is, I don't know. Going through all the old stuff we've done through the logging project, you see, like, a lot of the guys weren't like. They weren't even 6'4", especially some of the classic guys. I don't think Steamboat even cracked 6 foot. Flair was about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Cena's only 6'1", I think.
I think
I don't know how tall Austin was, but
I think
Triple H can't be more than 6'4".
But I think they pulled.
I mean, they're not huge.
Guys. Like guys like Batista and Orton when he first came in, and he was huge, and then got popped twice for steroids. And Triple H. If you've noticed, Randy Orton, go back and look at old pictures of Randy Orton and look at him now. He is like a quarter of the size.
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to scale
He's got
back
lean
on the
muscle
size.
now. He's back to the lean muscle.
I think they're trying to. I think they're trying to scale back on these guys because everybody goes, "Oh, you're in the WWE. You must be on roids."
Yeah. Well, it's just like in the mid '90s when we were going from Hulk Hogan, was roided out Hulk Hogan, admittedly. You know, and then we had a steroid trial, and then it's like, Bret Hart looks pretty natural. Shawn Michaels is pretty natural. Go for it, guys.
And then they got popped, and then they tried to pull the steroid stuff again. They got knocked again.
Yeah.
So I think maybe.
But then you got little guys like Rey Mysterio getting popped for it.
Yeah, well, Rey Mysterio, if you saw, like, even WCW Rey Mysterio, he was like a twig. And then he comes to WWE, he's huge. Really,
like,
Ray?
What happened there? Come on.
You're like 5'6" and weigh 175 pounds.
Yeah. So, but my big thing, right off the bat is you go to TNA, you get, and I know they hot shot a lot of stuff in TNA. Maybe they bring somebody in. We've talked about here on the show, people going in and they kind of have this policy of recycling talent. Like they bring them in for a while, they let them go, they bring them back. A lot of the, Knockouts division has been kind of yo-yoed like that. A lot of X division, they come and go. Low-key Senshi Caval was one of those guys that kind of came and gone. Christopher Daniels left and came back. Okay, he was under a mask, but still. Actually, I think he did leave at a certain point.
But how many of those guys are leaving TNA to go do full indie tours in Japan tours?
That's what I'm saying. You go to TNA, you're on TV, so now you get to put the whole Spike TV's TNA
next to your name.
Yeah, next to your name.
Spike TV's, TNA's, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked to some of those guys, and your stock goes up. You can demand more money when you go out there. You get a little bit more credibility. Oh, instead of sending my DVD of me working in a bingo hall, here's me on television. I can do this.
Right.
And these people are getting the opportunities for, how many new feds are come up.
Right.
Or Mexico, Japan. MVP just left WWE because he wants to work Japan.
Yeah.
Amongst other things. I mean, there's a lot more opportunity there. The European
Does Japan know what the 305 area code is?
I'm pretty sure he's not keeping the name, for one thing.
Yeah.
That's a WWE. WWE's got that name.
Yeah, they got the trademark.
They got it.
I
feel bad for him.
You guys brought it up last week. There's the whole. It seems like everybody asked for their releases.
Yeah.
I don't know if they asked for their releases like a dad would tell their little kid when they spanked them that they were asking for it. I think it might have been like that they were asking for their releases.
Well, I'm wondering.
I mean, MVP comes out and saying there's no ring rats to bang anymore because it's a PG product. That probably didn't. That was probably him asking for it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I wonder how many of these guys are seeing mid-Carter guys like an MVP who at one point did look like he was going to get a real shot at a main event run.
Yeah.
How many of these guys went, okay, my time in here has passed. I'm going to go work the indie circuit and work a TNA deal.
Which has kind of been the complaint with guys like Matt Hardy. They're like, we were the workhorses for so many years, and the youth movement just passed us by. They jumped it. Instead, they held on to the big guys on top for a while. They pushed John Cena and Randy Orton. They were that were what they were, and the guys that were selling pay-per-views in the mid-card in the early 2000s were just, where am I now?
Yeah.
I'm jerking on SmackDown.
They had Jeff Hardy and Edge. Up there. Christian's still around.
Yeah.
There were those guys who stepped up from there. It was the guys who had it to be able to.
Yeah.
Edge will be remembered probably one of the best of all time, as long as he doesn't, murder his wife and kid. But
Crossface hurt.
I don't feel good about that. But there were guys from that era who got to step up and got to take their turn with it. Matt Hardy, I don't think he ever could have been that guy,
They gave him a shot, to be honest, they gave him a shot. He was with Kane and Edge, and, granted it was with real life stuff, but, really did he, with that Carolina accent, Jeff Hardy is a little skeptical in that regard, but he just had too big of a following for him to ignore. So.
He was ECW champion.
What, Matt?
Let us not disregard, Let us not disregard Matt Hardy as ECW champion.
LB, what was that?
Everybody was ECW champ at one point or another. I held the ECW title at one point.
You know what? I actually did win the hardcore title in a house show in Pittsburgh.
Kane, Ezekiel Jackson, and Mr. McMahon.
Chavo Guerrero.
Wasn't Zeke the last ECW champion?
Yes, he was.
Nobody ever talks
Big
about
Zeke.
that. Nobody ever talks about that.
He should have just brought the belt out when he came back anyway. Just, been like, yeah, what? This is my belt. I don't have to defend it ever.
This is mine for now and ever. Yeah, definitely.
This is my belt. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And then
you can actually buy this in a magazine, but this one is mine.
Which is true. I just saw an old winged WWF championship belt this week from a magazine, I don't know where he got it, but Hot Wheels has cool belts.
Hey, random conglomeration of Awesome Cast and Wrestling Mayhem show.
Okay.
Did you see there was someone released I think it's the World Wildlife Fund, the people who sued the WWE and got the WWF initials. Created their own file format.
Yeah.
It's a PDF that you can't print.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I don't want to have a WWF file format, because I'm going to think like every time I double click it, the Undertaker and Adam Bomb are going to wrestle in the middle of the fucking
that's
file.
Going to be an interesting, cool search thing. Cause,
that's awesome.
Could you imagine the tech support for that? The people that are supporting that format.
I can't open the WWF.
No.
WWF is being stupid.
I'm just talking about wrestling fans that come across this website, and what was did they get WWF.com? Was that the thing, or they just got the trademark to be able to use those letters? Or
I think they have it as like that's their trademark and those are their initials, and the WWE can't use it.
Yeah.
So, but they have this now as a file format, so
it's going to come up.
Document.WWF.
It's been 8 or 9 years. People still say WWF. People are still there because maybe they haven't watched since it was WWF.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of those people too.
Double.
So they're going to get all these support emails. They're like, "What the hell are you doing with John Cena?
Man,
how could you let the Nexus do that?" They're just gonna be like, "This is the worst idea we ever had." That tech support team is gonna be like,
This is, I guarantee that, the tech nerds at the World Wildlife Fund are like, this is stupid.
Oh, yeah, even those guys. Even the people that are like, just pissed they took the WWF.
Yeah.
I'm like, they probably had all kinds of...
and then they get mad that they can't print the file. That's the whole point of the thing.
And it turns into a wrestling promo,
You go to print and in comes the Ultimate Warrior.
So that would have been the ultimate in cross branding right there.
There you go, right there.
So excellent. We got Magus back. He dropped off randomly there. How you doing?
damn internets.
It's stupid internets. Because they knew we were talking about tech stuff. So either way, good for AEW for getting out there, making some headlines. I told John Thorne himself, I was like, it's like I really don't agree with what you said, but great for getting some publicity there and
get that PR.
Yeah, get that PR. I mean, AIW is a pretty good product. They got great wrestlers up there. I wish. I was telling you the other day, I wish we had at least as many feds doing really good stuff as Cleveland has right now. Even with like Firestorm going under or on hiatus or whatever happened to them, Cleveland's got a really good thing. So, since we're talking about indie news, Magus, you had somebody you wanted to pimp over there.
Oh yeah, totally. Well, this weekend, CTWE is holding a show up in Bethany, Connecticut. It's a tribute to Mike Milano. It's called Seasons Beatings, and my good friend Vicious V is going to be there. He's got an open challenge, so we're excited to see where that heads. There's also going to be a Bethany street fight between Brian Anthony and Chris Battle, and that should be pretty good. A lot of animosity between those two. CTWE Championship's going to be up between Dave Cole and Frankie Arian. The CTW Tag Team Champions are going to be in action, and Anthony Battle should be defending Star Championship, I believe. All in all, it's looking to be a pretty good show. Bell time's at 7 p.m. It's at the Bethany Town Hall. It's in Bethany. Just search it up online, CTWE. It's on Facebook, or look through my guy Vicious V. He's pretty easy to spot when you see his picture. He's one bad motherfucker. And the show should be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Tickets $10 at the door, $8 in advance. Check it out this Saturday.
Excellent.
That's what I got.
Just plug in CTWE in Google. I did come up with a fan site over here. So if you want to check that out and follow up on that if you're up in the area or want to see what else they're doing over there. I'll be
up there and you can meet Magus. How about that? Meet Magus live at CTWE.
There you go.
I'll be the guy who looks like me. Way to go. iTunes listeners, that's some bearded Italian guy.
Because he's getting so riled up, and he's definitely stilled on the webcam for some reason. So you gotta know he's still a shadow, what he looks like. So as long as you don't move, people will be able to figure you out.
It would have been great had he had the freeze frame been like this. Like a grapple of some kind. That would have been awesome.
Wait, there he is.
Like it like this?
Yeah, there you go. And you gotta walk around like that all night when you go to that show.
Yeah, this face with this thing, that means run because I'm coming for your ass.
Oh, man. Yeah. So we got some notes from WrestleFan, as we mentioned, is supposed to be studying right now, but he's still feeding me news, which one of those items we'll get to in a little bit after the indie. But apparently, Kazarni debuted in Chikara, feuding with Ultramantis. Remember Kazarni? You remember Kazarni, right?
That was bit of a fail blog.
He was the circus freak.
The circus freak, yeah.
Last I seen him, he was Great. Ooh. He was in a shoot interview with, wasn't it Stacy the Cat? I forget her last name.
He got married to her.
There was a shoot interview with the two of them sitting in bed.
Oh,
yes.
That is awkward.
It was that kind of shoot. Oh, okay. I think Batista's daughter did that kind of shoot pretty recently,
too. It was just an interview. It was in bed.
It was just an interview under the covers.
Oh, okay. True. Okay. Batista's daughter did a different interview.
You can't segue that. That's not indie news. But anyways, and there's
sorry.
But while we're on that, there's also a note here from
WWE anymore. That's independent.
That's true.
That's true. Batista is technically a free agent.
That's true. Yeah.
You hear that, CTWE? Pick him up. He should be in Bethany soon.
WrestleFan also says, ask Magus if he already got his vagina fitted in. LOL.
Ooh, that's cold.
I don't know. Is there something going on there between you two?
That's the reference. That's
when you fail your bio test tomorrow, WrestleFan, do not come to the Mayhem community with your tears. The ambulance will be waiting for you out back.
Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, guys. If there's no way,
Have I ever seen a vagina before?
I don't know. The dude's like 12 or something.
That's why he's having this biology test tomorrow.
Man,
Yeah, he's got to
anatomy
learn.
is
He's got to
hard.
learn about his penis somewhere. All right, ladies. Other than practice, ladies and gentlemen, let's our indie minute and everything. We're gonna go give you a little peek at the deliciousness that's gonna be the WMS Gold for this week, and we'll be right back after this.
Oh, yeah.
Come in the studio.
Yeah. Okay, I almost got it. Just get it a little bit closer. We might be able to get it through.
The mix-up. I like the mix-up of people every once in a while here. This is nice. No, wait, that's sweaty dick punching because Batista's in MMA. Thanks, Riz.
Oh.
He's in high school, and he's sending me,
Yeah.
he's sending me news on IM and Cheat Chat.
From China that says the Chinese want to punch Kim Jong-il in the face. How do they go about verifying that that's actually real?
But there's been cheating in the Smurfs game on the iPad and iPhone.
My password is actually. Oh wait. Hang on a second. I shouldn't say that.
You can check us out at awesomecast.com.
Mikey and Bob from the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Yes. Wrestling Mayhem Show is awesome. Love it. Still real to me, damn it. Put hair on your balls. You know, whatever. Hair on your balls. All right. Wrestling Mayhem Show.
You're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
This is awesome.
Online at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Mayhem. Welcome back to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Yeah, we're still here.
We're still here. We are still here. AJ's still here over there on the couch, of course. Joining us still around.
Ustream's still being janky.
It is still being weird. So I don't know if we're getting you guys in the chat room here. I blame this computer over here. So we'll see about getting that back. And of course, we want to tell you about our sponsors, audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. You're entitled to one free book for being an awesome listener of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We hate reading here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And how many times can I say the name of our show here? And LB is a fine example of that. And he has something that you could select for your free book for trying that out. So tell us about it, LB.
That's exactly true. One of my favorite stand-up comedians, pretty much ever, is Patton Oswalt, and I trust his taste in a lot of things. He likes to read comics. He likes to play video games. He's a nerd, just like I'm a nerd, just like we're all nerds. Well, one of his bits that he talks about is a book called "The Kid Stays in the Picture" by Robert Evans. Now, Robert Evans was this legendary movie producer and head of Paramount Studios in the 60s and 70s, and this is a quote, snorted more coke off of Ali McGraw's tits than Scarface had ever seen in his life, and as a result, he had just one giant disco coke nostril, and that was much it. The book, The Kid Stays in the Picture, is Robert Evans' autobiography, and it's extra good on... extra good, yeah, extra double plus good on Audible, because it is read by the man himself, Robert Evans. And Robert Evans, have you ever gargled hot glass, hot shattered glass? Well, it sounds like Robert Evans did that a bunch, and that's what his voice sounds like. It's fucked, but he's got style. The way he reads the book is awesome, and it's a very interesting look behind the scenes in the movie industry in general, and also the movie industry in the 60s and 70s. It's a fantastic book. The Kid Stays in the Picture. Go and check it out over at /Sorgatron Media. I think that's right. And
yes.
Hey, tell him Patton Oswalt sent you.
There you go. audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. I know you got a little cut up there.
Podcast.
Yeah,
That's it. God damn it. God damn it.
Whoa. I forgot to mention during the Indie Minute, of course, friend of the show here, David Demira, the guy that killed Doc Remedy. His match is available on DVD for anybody who wants to check it out right there. The IWC winner takes all DVD. And everybody can see my editing right there in the reflection. But go check that out. It's over at IWCWrestling.com. I wanted to give a quick plug for that. Like there's Roderick Strong against Shima Zion. Final match in front of the show, Jimmy DeMarco, who, by the way, during the last segment had texted me. He lives probably a block away from you, actually.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. Hold on, see if I can bring this up. I had a great picture on my Twitter of the cookies. It says, "I'm under your bed. Please don't scream." And moving on. I get these all the time, dude.
I'm gonna tickle you.
Yeah, you know, that's it. I actually had to tell them to stop sending me the something awful pictures, because that was very disturbing in the middle of the workday when I get something like that. But anyways, what were we talking about on the gold that we wanted to bring over? Was it Chris Jericho and Miz?
Yes.
Now Miz,
Jericho.
We were talking about how
channeling Chris Jericho,
and we were talking about. I was specifically talking about Jericho and how he got as good as he is at promos.
Yeah.
In his wonderful book,
he found a genie.
Turn him down.
I honestly,
sorry. Sorry, it's my fault.
One time I learned how to read, and I read Chris Jericho's book. And he talks about how he got really, really good at promos. And specifically, he would sit there and watch. WCW used to tape shows in Orlando.
Yeah, for the old Saturday nights
for the
and
old
everything.
Saturday nights and everything. So they would have.
Gee, what does that sound like?
That sounds familiar. So they would tape these promos that they would air on the various other WCW programs on TN or TBS at the time. And Chris Jericho would sit there and watch all of these guys do wrestling promos, and he all through the indies and everything like that. He learned how to do good promos.
Yeah,
and one of the things he picked up was that really quiet. I'm going to talk to you like this, and I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. And everybody would be forced to listen to you instead of you just screaming and turning it all into white noise.
Yeah.
And every time I hear the Miz lean in and goes, "You listen to me. I am not going to lose the WWE title. There is no way." And he's starting to tone down. Did you notice, I think it was last week, when he said, "Because I'm awesome," he said, like, "Because I'm awesome." Like, he didn't yell it. He, did it very quietly, very forcefully. And I was like, that is awesome. That's Jericho
and not
right
just
there.
That I've had a few of those moments over the last few weeks with Miz, where it not just him, just his mannerisms, how he kind of conducts himself in the ring is a little bit Jericho-esque, as far as just mannerisms and just those little punctuations. You know what I mean? And Jericho's. It's been a while since we've had a wrestler, especially in WWE, that's been on the main stage as he has been in recent years, that we've kind of admired for wrestling as an art form. You know, I mean, it doesn't happen very often. You know,
No. And I wonder how much Miz and Jericho talked about Miz's character backstage and the development of his character all the way through, because it seems like Miz he's like reading out of the Jericho playbook.
Yeah.
On how to build your character, how to get easy heat from the audience, how to actually hold a match, put someone over, everything. It's like he read the playbook.
Well, I think, and a lot of it is Miz was the guy, and you hear a lot of stories from him of, I was the guy that got, kind of shunned out of the locker room and everything. And he was one of those guys that took it and said, I'm going to work twice as hard as everybody else and make it. Like, it really, he kind of just screams that persona as far as how he's come, how he's changed, I mean,
in addition to listening to this wonderful podcast, Bill Simmons from ESPN did an hour-long interview with The Miz.
You tweeted me about that. I didn't get
I was about to bring that up. That was a great interview.
It's a great interview of The Miz overall, not just the WWE portion, but the real-world stuff, how he really got into the business, how he got onto the real world. It's a great
Where is
interview.
This again?
ESPN.com.
Yeah, I think it's fair. It's fair to plug it right now. You go to iTunes, especially for the iTunes listeners. You head to iTunes, you search up the BS Report. It's the BS Report with Bill Simmons, and it should be. I'm not sure if he put out a new episode this week, but it should be last week's episode. He puts out one every week. They talk about something else, but yeah, just search up the BS Report, and you'll get an hour of just Simmons with the Miz, and like you said, AJ, they go over Mike the Miz for a good half of it before they even get into WWE, and he talks about how all his friends at home react to what he does, but when he sees him, what's it like living on the road and all this kind of stuff. Things that we've heard once before, but it's good view. It's insightful.
It was more of a shoot. It was a pretty actual real Mike Mizanin interview than the Miz. It was very all the way through, but it was really, really well done. The Miz is just as he is in the ring now. he's just as good doing that straight up interview. It was really, really good.
Right.
And I think it's funny that John Morrison really is the Marty Jannetty now.
Oh, and they discuss that.
They do discuss that.
He says that. And they talk about how Morrison and Miz have actually had a running joke backstage of who was going to be the Jannetty.
He said the first thing he did when he won the title was when he saw Morrison backstage, he pointed him out and he told you, "I told you I wasn't the Jannetty."
Yeah. He won the title and went backstage. He went, I told you I'm not Marty Jannetty.
That's awesome. And and speaking of that, we got the pay-per-view coming up. They're positioning for that match. Because it's, well, you didn't see, of course, except AJ didn't see.
Oh, I'm going to take off my helmet.
Yeah. Well, of course, we got Sheamus, ladder match, Sheamus against John Morrison for number one contender against whoever has the belt at presumably Royal Rumble. So it's like, they're setting that up quick. I mean, it's going to be a throwaway match at that point, though. There's no way. Well, it's going to be the Bob Holly Brock Lesnar match. But still, it could be a good match.
Every championship match at Royal Rumble has always struck me as a throwaway match. You can't the real storyline of the Royal Rumble is the Rumble itself.
Yes.
You can't.
That's all you're waiting for too the whole time.
You don't care.
Who cares?
Hey, give me a 5-minute championship match. I don't care who wins. Because I want to see the Rumble. I want that Rumble to last a long time.
Sometimes you get surprised. Like the year we went up to Madison Square Garden, it was Edge against Mysterio was really good.
That was the one where Ray kicked Vicky.
I think so, because it was like kind of the culmination of that with Edge and Vicky, and she got 619 because she came up on the apron and was trying to protect them. But that was the one where he speared him out of the air.
Oh yeah,
to win the match, I think. Like after the pop.
Yeah.
So,
side note on the Royal Rumble: me and Mad Mike have a slap bet. If Chris Jericho returns during the Royal Rumble, that is, if Chris Jericho does return during the Royal Rumble, Mad Mike gets to slap me as hard as he wants. But if he doesn't return, I'm slap the taste out of that son of a bitch's mouth. You guys, out of that dashing jerk's
on
face.
Video for one thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's got to be on video.
Wow,
the only thing that's going to be dashing about Mad Mike that day is my hand dashing his cheek.
You know what? That sounds really gentle and coddling. Really, I'm going to dash your cheek. Here's my hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a solid
A girl
bet,
has to dream.
That's a good bet. I like what's coming out of you guys. I like that we kind of have this like other mayhem satellite where you guys are out there interacting up in New York, Connecticut there.
I'm going down to his place on Saturday. He's having a thing, and then Sunday I'm having TLC at my house with a bunch of the loggers. And when I say, I'm having TLC at my house, we're not watching the pay-per-view. We're bringing a ladder, some chairs, some tables, and we're just going to town.
Fantastic. All right, guys. I don't know. What's up?
Sorg.
LB.
Did you say that you like what's coming out of those guys?
Yes, apparently I did.
Ha-ha!
I just want to make sure I heard you properly.
That's what happened.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I think the internet.
Hey, how about that? That Divas tag team tables match at TLC. When a Divas tables match?
Well, I don't know if two knockouts that used to be Divas can have a pretty decent cage match for the main event of Impact. Well, did you see that? I know you haven't watched TNA in 6 years.
I haven't watched TNA in 6 years. Honestly, really, a Divas. Okay, Vince Russo, you're done. You're done.
Dude, it was a good match. Well, it was Mickie James and Victoria. What do you expect? And I think they've had a cage match before.
That's a decent match, but still.
No, Victoria had a cage match with Lita a couple of years ago. That was a big thing. It was the first WWE Divas cage match. I remember them making a big deal out of that.
Yeah. So,
but this is like the first gimmicked Divas match in years that wasn't, that wasn't a evening gown match or special attire or something or another. So I think it's kind of interesting.
I'm sorry. I fast forward through all the Divas matches of anything I ever watch.
Yeah.
Because I just can't be bothered. I see the Lay Cool stuff from time to time, and it's a good character.
which is a ripoff of Beautiful People in
It
TNA.
really is.
Yeah. Whoa, hey, hey,
I
hey.
know, but I think it's better.
No, no.
I
Holy crap.
go out there to say that
No.
because I'm in love with Layla. Man, she's just fantastic. She's great. She's just so
I have
good.
to agree with that.
I think she's
Not only is she hot,
she's the
she's
best girl
British.
to come out of the Diva search in my.
Who else came out of the Diva Search?
Well, we got
Christine.
Ashley Massaro. She's living in a dumpster somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, another kid.
We got Christy Hemme.
Okay.
She's her thing. Maria.
Okay.
I like Michelle McCool, Diva Search
Was she?
person.
Huh. Okay. So she's the only one who
she
could
was-
actually
she-
wrestle out
she-
of that whole group.
She was like the
So was
third
Jillian.
eliminated in like 2005 or something like that. I remember I logged the show like a couple weeks ago. That's the only reason I'm able to cite all this stuff. I really don't know that much. I'm gonna be honest. It's because I just saw it yesterday.
What is this? No, I got this breaking news out of the chat room, although I don't think they can see us because something happened with the Ustream. Did you you see that there was a fight at Hogan's wedding? Have you heard about this?
You know something, brother? I didn't like that cake.
You know,
I'm gonna call the little Hulkamaniacs to send me $5. My ex-wife is taking me for a ride, kids. And I need all the little Hulkamaniacs to take their vitamins and go into their piggy banks and get me out $5. If you don't have it there, go into your mother's wallet. Quite easy to get at in her purse.
You know something, brother? You're going to need to take your vitamins, say your prayers, and send me your PayPal information so I can get money because my ex-wife is taking me to the cleaners. Brother.
You know something, Linda? I don't have that much money left, but please.
Oh, tremendous.
You know something? I need tight T-shirts.
We could go on with this for a while. You know something, brother? If I'm going to get back into reality TV, I'm going to do it. We're going to have a fight at my wedding. Holy shit, I just realized they're going to turn this into a TNA angle.
They probably are too.
This probably
I'm
is a
wondering,
TNA
Is
angle.
it Eric Bischoff? Is it who is it? Did Matt Morgan show up? And
Mark Madden showed up.
Mark Madden. Oh no, Mark Madden is
no.
not involved, thankfully, with TNA.
Mark Madden is shaped like a bowl of mashed potatoes.
For those, there's some fun tweets that were going on this week. For those, what is going on? Whose microphone is doing what?
Nice.
All right, it's LB.
And the audio is just gone.
Yeah, that's you. All right, everything is falling apart here at the Mayhem. So,
Yeah. All right, that's better.
Oh, anyways, where was it? Well, he can't.
We're talking about Mark Madden.
Mark Madden. People remember him from WCW. LB, I have you turned down because whatever's going on there. God, I've lost my train of thought.
So Mark Madden.
Yeah, have you seen the tweets
Martin
where,
WCW.
with the Freak Show guys, where Mark Madden just walked in, farted, and left? Like, there's this crazy stuff that I saw like this week or last week. Like they're like talking about like meeting Mark Madden in the elevator because they work in the same building as him at the radio station.
Yeah, well, Mark Madden, who used to be in WCW, is now a. For those of you who are not in Pittsburgh, Mark Madden used to be a WCW announcer. He was a color
friend
commentator.
of Kevin Nash, I do believe.
Friend of Kevin Nash. He hated
still,
Tony Schiavone.
He still does. He still writes for the WrestleZone.
He writes for WrestleZone.
He does a piece on I think it's Chair Shot Reality on WrestleZone as well, which is really just him voiceover doing his radio gimmick over still.
Yeah.
But still, I mean,
Yeah, he is also a day-by-day sports radio host in Pittsburgh.
He's the drive home guy on the X now.
Yeah, he's the drive home guy on the X, and basically he tries to be the Howard Stern of sports in Pittsburgh, a city that doesn't need that really. But anyways, he does this whole bit, and it amazes me that like a guy like Mark Madden hasn't gotten suckered into TNA yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Especially still being involved in wrestling and being from the dying days of WCW.
Yeah.
So who's that? But I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'll be here. Hey, so you guys don't have any of the rundowns. Let me.
I have a rundown.
That's cool.
But it was between with The Rock. And
let's
I got
touch
sad.
on the pay-per-view. Magus, what are you looking forward to at TLC as I try to figure out what's going on with LB?
Oh man, I'm always looking forward to anything Alberto Del Rio. That guy is just, dude, he's just reeks entertainment. When he first came around, we thought he was going to be, the Mexican Bradshaw or the JB Yell, if you will. But he's turned out to be so much more awesome. It's just everything this guy does. He does things that haven't seen. You know why? I think he's not one of these farmed FCW guys. He was in Mexico for so damn long. He's a legacy, which they haven't even touched on ever. I find interesting, and it's so weird that he wrestled in a mask for so long, yet he can pull off the best small detail facial features to make you care about what's going on and what he's doing, and just enjoy it. When he does the little eyebrow raise, just a little bit, and it's not like the Rock's eyebrow raise, but it's still kind of like a, hey, what's up? I'm Alberto Del Rio, but you already knew that. One of the best things ever is when he says, but you already knew that, and he just smiles. And then Ricardo Rodriguez also makes him phenomenal, because Ricardo Rodriguez just gets the shit kicked out of him every week for Alberto, and they never acknowledge it all. Some character who's going to complain about it, he's just standing in the ring with a big ass shiner, ready once again, yap on in his long ass intro about Alberto, and it's just everything about it is great. When he comes out in the Rolls Royce, and we know it's being piped in, but honking the horn, it's just so obnoxious, and there's nothing about him that isn't working. Everything's working, and he's not going over all the time. If you can tell, I can go on about this for a while. He's not going over in all of his matches, yet he's got this ability. One of the things that a great can do, I think, is they can lose as many times as they can. They can lose like Chris Jericho. We were talking about him earlier. He could lose the curtain jerker and win the world title in this same night, and you'd believe it. They've got that kind of thing going with Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
That he could lose, but he's still a huge threat, and he could still take somebody out at any time, and it's just great. They've really struck gold with this guy, and that's why I'm looking forward to Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. I just wish it wasn't a chairs match, that's all. You got two guys who are luchador trained, and you're going to do a chairs match. I understand Rey is banged up in his years, but I mean, a chairs match, that's two chairs match this shit.
Yeah, they're really kind of pushing it with as many gimmicks as they have on this, but you got this stretch the tables, ladders, and chairs gimmick. I guess they kind of have to,
Well, is Alberto Del Rio the first guy who's actually had a legitimate run of success as a character who was pushed in video intros? Like R-Truth had them, and
Carlito? No.
Carlito?
Carlito had early,
not the kind of success that Alberto's had. Alberto's main eventing how weird booking was SmackDown last week to have. I mean, I understand Kane was out of it, but to have a handicap match of Alberto versus Rey Mysterio and Edge.
Yeah, that was weird.
I can't think of the last time that I've seen a heel versus two main event faces as a match. And still, Alberto, he got beaten it. He's good. He's still gold. He's not damaged at all by it. Comes out on Raw just to distract Rey, and just the way that he ran away from Rey when he saw him.
Yeah.
It was just, I know your DVR didn't get this for you, AJ. You gotta get on this somehow. It's just great. I love any time he's on TV. I like that he has an NXT rookie. I think that he's only going to bring more to the table the more he's on TV.
What do you mean pro? Yeah, I saw that he's a pro. I'm like, this guy's barely been in the Fed for like 6 months, and he's a pro on NXT already. I mean, I think that says a lot,
true.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, I was like, wait, he hasn't been around as long as NXT as a concept.
Well, you also
Wade Barrett has been on the active roster longer than Alberto has. Yeah. But you already knew that.
Well, Sheamus got that super push too.
Sheamus
came over they brought him up as part of the talent
ECW,
exchange thing.
the new talent exchange.
The new talent exchange. They brought him in, and he ripped through ECW. They pushed him through ECW quickly.
Mm-hmm.
brought him up, brought him up on Raw, and put him in the main event and had him win the title over Cena.
Yeah,
that's a super push.
A year ago, this pay-per-view last year, it was a tables match because there was a whole I didn't really win anything.
Let me ask you guys this question: did it look like that was a botched finish?
Some people still to this day say it was.
The Sheamus Cena match to me seemed like a botched finish.
Because it was so underwhelming.
Well, it wasn't just that. It looked like Cena legitimately fell and went through the table, and they went, crap. He actually went, oh, crap. We have to give the title to Sheamus now.
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't the way it was supposed to go. Like, there was supposed to be an actual finish to that match, and Cena slipped, fell, and went through the table. Like, that's what the finish looked like to me. I went, really? That's not the finish. He fell off the top rope through a table. Sheamus didn't do anything. That was like the finger poke of doom match. But they kept going with it, and Sheamus is now great on the mic as well.
I love the whole the Celtic King thing.
The one Royal Rumble where it came down to Cena and Batista. It wasn't actually supposed to come down. Cena was supposed to go over clean, but they both fell out at the same time by accident, and they had to restart the match.
The one where Vince blew out his knees.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was weird.
It's like,
I forgot about that.
What's going on here? What's going on?
Oh,
I think there was a joke that anytime Triple H got hurt, there was like Vince saying, "Well, I blew both my quads and I was back by WrestleMania."
Wow.
Yeah, something like some kind of jab about that or something. So
is Triple H ever going to come back?
I don't know.
Do they think did they hang it up for him?
He keeps popping up at fan appreciation shows. He was doing the Linda campaign for a while. He popped up.
I met him there.
This whole Sheamus King Sheamus thing is just a vehicle to get Triple H back.
King of Kings.
Yeah, think about it. It wouldn't be the first King of the Ring that he's come back to crush. He ended Booker T's WWE career. King Booker, in my opinion, was the best work of Booker T's entire career. So I don't like that he just came back and just crushed him at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was surprised that when they were talking, like they had Sheamus doing his like first King of the Ring promo. Like, after he was king and came out in the robe and the fucking devil crown, whatever the hell that was. I was waiting for Triple H to come out. That was the moment right there. Where it's like, I stopped the King of Kings, and that's when his music should have hit.
Although we did just get that little reminder in the Slam Me's of what happened there. Because they stuck that in one of those surprise moment nominees, and it was just like, really? That was such a big thing that he attacked Triple H, and they had a match, nobody really cared. But they stuck that in your mind a little bit. It was very smart.
And they had the scoreboard lowered at the University of Phoenix Stadium. At WrestleMania, they lowered the scoreboard. That scoreboard was low above the ring, and then they raised it. They were raising and lowering it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, the little weird graphic thing. No, I was there. That was weird.
I was like, really? Why? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, it was really awkward. That whole show was awkward this year at WrestleMania. So, anyways, tribute to the troops coming up.
But I mean, we're gonna. That means just not to draw on this for too long. But if you think about it, all right, Sheamus and Triple H at this point, it's going to be a WrestleMania thing. That's going to be 2 years in a row of Triple H versus Sheamus at WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah. Last year, Triple H and Sheamus.
I think they pushed to Elimination Chamber. It's going to be a long running thing. Like that's going to be kind of a feature that they come back to, and then it'll be for a belt, and like how they kept coming back to Cena Edge and Cena Orton.
I
just think it's kind of weird. Can you think of any other WrestleMania matches, like 2 consecutive same matches? Oh wait, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker.
We're all thinking that right now.
Wow, fuck me. All right. See, I told you I didn't know anything.
Cena and Orton were in the triple threat at 24.
That's just triple threat, though. That's not really.
But they were still in the same match.
That's kind of different.
Was it Cena? Yeah, it was Cena versus Orton at 25 too.
Was it?
Oh God, can we move on? I feel like a real dumbass right now.
Anyways, we got WWE week on USA next week. Of course, Tribute to the Troops is going to be on NBC this Saturday. only an hour special. We only get an hour of prime time on the big network. But next week you're going to get Raw. Thankfully, back to a 2-hour Raw. Then you're going to have a live SmackDown on Tuesday on USA. So,
awesome.
So nobody's going to watch this show. Sorry.
But what about NXT? What are we going to do without NXT?
I do believe that's getting pushed back an hour.
Well, isn't NXT on at 10?
Yeah, it's normally on at 10, and SmackDown's going to be like 9 to 11.
Okay, all right. Hopefully then they don't do NXT live as well.
I don't think they're
could
going
you
to.
imagine if they did that? They like
I'm
run the whole
sure-
SmackDown show for the
think
live audience and then do NXT.
NXT
Oh my god, NXT live would be
I
awesome.
think I did see that it's going to be like the time move, but I don't think I noted it here. But yeah, and then of course, Wednesday's going to be Tribute to the Troops, the 2-hour edition. So there you go.
Did they go to Iraq?
No, they
went
we
to
talked
Fort
about
Hood, I think.
Yeah, we talked about last week. I think that they're going to
They went to Fort Hood,
someplace
I
in
think.
Texas. I
Yeah,
thought.
Fort Hood in Texas.
Yeah.
Which
So-
I thought was interesting too, because they always make a big deal about how they fly across the world and they go to Iraq and Afghanistan.
But you've seen the commercial. How many stars are going to be at this? There's so many stars were listed for this. I wonder when they're going to wrestle.
Like they have all of the big ones from SmackDown and Raw. And
No. I'm talking like P. Diddy and his new group. I'm talking about Miss America. I'm talking. They had a few more listed. It's like it's more like an ad for the MTV Music Awards than it is for a wrestling show.
Yeah, it might have been an NBC push, you know.
Push that. NBC's like saying we can't just have wrestling.
Well,
we can't put that on primetime television on Saturday.
P. Diddy ain't going to the Middle East. You know,
The WrestleMania replay did so bad on NBC too. They I'm sure they don't think at this point that just a wrestling event can draw.
Well, they put it on Saturday night where they do reruns of SVU from earlier in the week. So where does that put them? You know, but you know, still it's national exposure. You know, a 0.5 on NBC is I believe still a bigger number than a 0.5 on cable. Am I thinking that right? Like their numbers are skewed differently
because they do over the air.
No idea.
Because it's over the air. So I mean, it's like a point. Well, then nothing means like 1 point as a million people or anything like that.
No.
I mean, I know it's weird math. It's fuzzy logic, fuzzy math.
It's a broken system. Let's call it what it is.
It's like the BCS.
What? Oh, the BCS.
Football references on a wrestling show.
What are you doing there?
Mongo McMichael.
What's
Anyways.
going on? In other news, former TNA wrestler Raven explains why many wrestlers hated working at ECW Arena, discusses his new stand-up comedy venture.
What? Is that just Raven sitting on stage just screaming?
You know, you heard the guy talk. It'd be just long for, you know... I mean,
how great would that be? It's just jokes that bomb.
Wow. I've sat there
takes
one night.
The cradle position and goes, "What about me?"
Yeah.
What about
What about this? What about this crazy thing going on in L.A.? Like that's him just laying on the floor telling jokes. What about Seinfeld? I don't know.
Every single segue is what about that? What about aquarium fish?
Yeah. Why don't they do anything?
There's
when am I going to get my chance?
So for anybody who's seen a long-form Raven interview, I think you can see the directions this can go. I mean, like talking shoot interviews and stuff, or talk to him directly. That's also a trip. So I just wanted to put that thought in people's minds. Thank you for that. Oh, and by the way, did anybody else notice?
Shawn Michaels' eye? Yes. Where the fuck was that thing going?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that wasn't...
He made Ricky Morton look like a glasses model. Ricky Morton's face looks so straight compared to that eye. Where the hell has that thing been going since he retired? Does it want to stay an active roster to try and get out his head? I have no idea. Michaels, go see somebody about that eyeball. Your ocular nerve is going to be sticking forward pretty soon, and you're just going to be staring at the back of your skull.
Do you think Shawn Michaels can see people coming from like a different side? Do you think he can see like two different things?
Maybe that's why he is so good in the ring, was he was always able to see him coming.
Yeah. Oh no, time to get out of here. Sean, what are you looking at?
Steel chair shot from behind? I think not.
I was trying to segue into the legendary line that we love so much on this show, making it into the Slammies. But
I don't know.
That one? Is that
that's the one.
you're
Thank
talking
you.
about?
Thank you very much. I just knew that the Mayhem universe marked out at that point. There was such a recognition. There was such a recognition of everything that we loved this year in the Slammies, which I really appreciate. Between that and Angry WWE Girl winning a Slammy.
The only thing that would have been better is Baby Hardy winning a Slammy.
Baby Hardy.
Baby Hardy brand.
Yeah. Baby Hardy brand. Yeah, gets a Slammy award. I don't know. We got the Mayhemies running up.
Mike and I have mentioned the Mayhem show to our bosses before.
Wow.
So who knows? Maybe that was a tip to the Mayhem
Do your
universe.
bosses actually have any stroke up there in WWE? I mean, considering
no.
Considering you guys work in like a shack outside, you know.
Fuck no, dude. But our bosses
something.
occasionally talk to somebody. I think.
Because I mean, you know, it's a big company and everything, you know.
Oh yes.
Wow. Where do we go from there? Eric Bischoff's doing something new with Jason Hervey from the Wonder Years. Special Operations Section. They're doing a Miami Police reality show. Yay!
Why is Eric Bischoff involved in that?
That's what he does. They do reality television. It's their production company. Did they do Hogan's show on VH1? They did Celebrity Championship Wrestling, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. And they've had this is like the second or third of these I've heard since then. So let's see. Shawn Michaels responded to Hurricane Helms. Something. I think he turned the other cheek or something. Or that's what happened.
He turned the other eyeball.
He still looked at him at the same time.
There you go. Let's see. USA credits WWE with helping them become the #1 entertainment network.
Brother.
There you go. Maybe it's also because they have NCIS. But Goldust has a new book coming out.
Yep. And he has a new shoulder.
Yeah, he's having surgery. He's going to be out, I believe, on his Twitter, he said up to 6 months.
He is an underrated finisher.
He is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Suplex.
It's a bummer for him, though, to get injured at this point, too.
He actually had
he's got the awesome finisher, but he was getting some TV time. He fucking went over on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, he did. He did. And had to deal with the belt and everything. They had a great thing with DiBiase and the Rhodes brothers and father, you know, which they replayed a little bit of that last night. That was great. But yeah, I mean, and he's great Twitter. Great to follow him on Twitter. It'll be great to follow him over the next 6 months when he loses his mind. It'll probably be more entertaining.
You know what's really funny is when they reload the spray tanner backstage for Raw, and everybody shows up as like bright orange that night. The only reason I'm saying this is because I saw DiBiase come out against Rhodes and against Goldust. And I'm
Why is he a different color?
Gold? I couldn't tell. Like literally, they come out and they're like orange. The Miz did this for a while, and then like one night I actually saw like one of the divas get slammed and left Tanner on the mat.
Yeah,
there's like a brown spot on the ring.
HD has not been kind. There was a Randy Orton match. I think might have been Mania or something we were watching in HD, and it was just like, wow, he's so spray on. Yeah,
you know? Orton is orange.
Orton's orange. Triple H is orange. Miz was orange. DiBiase's completely a carrot.
Yeah. It's right on those guys.
Fucking Ziggler's orange.
That's the other thing that blows my mind is watch TNA, Taylor Wilde. Like, she looks like a gussied up whore in HD. She's hot as hell. She does. But in person,
I'll say it.
Yeah, I'll put it out there. I ain't afraid. But in person, like, I couldn't believe how hot she was. You know, it's just like, what are these cameras doing to these people? So,
well, they put the extra makeup on them.
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, it's HD. You got to put on a ton of makeup. It's like,
apparently they're not footing the bill for the HD makeup experts.
No, they're going standard def makeup experts there.
That's a shame. That's a damn shame for some of these girls. Damn shame. So, all right. Anything else we need to cover here, guys? I am through my rundown.
Jeff Hardy has refuted the internet rumors last week. Apparently, he is irate over them.
Oh yeah. Oh, did he put out another video? Fantastic.
No, he did some Twitter stuff, I guess. He said, let me get one of the. I got all that talk about last Sunday. For those of you that believe those words, fuck you. So wrong. So wrong. I'm busting my ass to help TNA. Period. Can't stress enough. If you believe those words, fuck you. That story is dead because it would have never been born. So wrong. And then he took another hit off the pipe and down a little bit. You know, he's gonna when Jeff Hardy dies. Let's be honest here. When Jeff Hardy dies, it's on you, TNA. It's on you for being an enabler. In all seriousness, I mean, if he goes to jail, when wrestlers go to jail for drugs, it's not good. Look at what Kerry Von Erich did. And he's just so out of control with all this shit. Yeah, let's see. You retired from traveling. Okay, that's like when a band's tour gets canceled because of exhaustion. Yeah, a bunch of 22-year-olds definitely can't perform on stage because of exhaustion from traveling. That's the kind of thing that happens. And yeah, I'm sure Jeff Hardy, after working for WWE since, 1997, wasn't used to an extreme travel schedule. So he wasn't able to go to Florida and shoot at the same place they always shoot and do all that stuff. And I don't even mean to rip on Hardy with this. I'm starting to worry about the dude. I know Mad Mike wishes him death, and as his NXT rookie, I'm sure I'm doing Mike a great disappointment by not wishing death upon one of the Hardys. But you just had a kid, Jeff. Just tone down, man. Just come on, dude. Come on, just do some poetry in motion. Set another dumpster on fire in your backyard.
Listen to every on Twitter. I mean, he's clearly a respectable man who makes sense. He's good for the community. He would never ever lie. I mean, it's Jeff Hardy. I mean, come on, he's clearly wait, hold on. He's a fucking drug dealer. Go away, Jeff Hardy.
Dude's moving way.
The thing is, I don't think he's a drug dealer. I think all of that was for himself. Come on, remember his dog.
It's just legally trafficking.
Yeah, he's legally trafficking it into his mouth. Just, I'm sorry, Jeff Hardy going to TNA. The only reason he did it is so he could wrestle, get paid, and so he could get high. It's the only reason he did it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They're enabling him, and it's one of the things where the worst thing has to happen for them to realize that it's wrong. It's like when, I hate to reference this for the second time during this show, but it's like when they were doing the Vince McMahon is really dead angle. The only thing that was going to show this is not okay to do was somebody actually dying, and what happened, something did. Check Wikipedia, folks. You'll find out what happened. This is what is going to happen with, they're going to learn. They can't enable somebody like this, have them working under those kind of conditions, the mental stress he's got to be under over this whole court thing. I mean, he shouldn't have been out on Twitter saying he was going to get so high after his contract ran up, but they need to hit rock bottom here. I think he needs to hit rock bottom before anything can turn around, but I'm an optimist. I'm sure, someone will die, no one will learn their lesson, and then we'll do another Mayhem show next week.
Well, there you go. The other thing that was sent to us by the purely underage to watch this Wrestle fan, breaking news, Batista's daughter's sex tape surfaces.
Oh, goodness.
I don't think
if only there was somebody here who had the journalistic integrity to watch that tape before the show. If only there was a reporter for the Mayhem show.
Well, Batista's how old? He's in his late 30s.
Late 40s, early 40s, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so how old's his daughter?
Old enough for them to post the video linked directly to this article.
Okay, so she's over 18.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I walk alone into the bedroom with the camera on.
Apparently there was no walking alone in that one.
I don't think I can link this from the site, to be honest, because it looks like a straight up sex tape. So it's a good 5 minutes from the looks of it. I'm loading it. I have it on the computer upstairs. So no, not like that. Well, I linked it in, so I'm watching it over the.
It's kind of good that the Ustream is down right now, huh?
Man,
Yeah,
your
let me
screen
bring
is
that up.
broken, kids.
Well, I guess technically that's there it is. There it is. I mean, just to give you a little preview, but I don't think I can show any more.
I wouldn't.
So,
Dave Batista's going to sue you, and the Batista bomb you through a table.
oh yeah.
And then you get a sun tattoo around your belly button.
It's snippets of Athena Batista in compromising positions with her reported boyfriend have serviced online. So maybe there's not even any.
Did you read that they're planning on releasing more though? That I read one that said that, and it was like, huh?
Like who got this? That's planning on releasing it, you know?
Somebody went, man,
or
you know
like,
who I'm going to make a bunch of money off of? A guy who's not in WWE anymore.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, it had this weird news site that I've never seen yet. It has my login from Facebook. So there you go.
Mark Zuckerberg owns you.
Mark Zuckerberg owns
Welcome
me and
to
my
the
porn.
future.
So, anyways, so on that note, I think it's time to learn, ladies and gentlemen. What did you learn from wrestling this week, Mr. DJ Lunchbox?
I learned that the tribute to the troops was not this week because I thought it was.
You tuned in, didn't you?
And I figured, okay, well, it's tribute to the troops week, and they never really do anything storyline there, so I'm just gonna skip it and go to bed. And I wake up the next day and I missed the fucking Slammy, so.
Wait, you slept for 2 days?
For 2 days?
Oh.
No, I got home from work last night and went to bed.
Yeah.
And didn't watch the Slammies at all.
Of catching, I got you.
Because I thought it was tribute to the troops.
Oh, I got you.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Prince Magnus, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned to not get so excited when something cool that reminds me of things in the past happens, because when Paul Bearer comes back, it's like, holy shit, this is incredible. Kane was my favorite of all time when I was younger, and him and Bear and Undertaker together again. This is incredible. This is going to go for a while. Bear is back. And then he falls off a ladder, and he's probably the same as encased in cement again. He's probably gone again. And then I spend time thinking, you know what? Edge and Christian, they're both faces right now. Man, how great would it be? They're both on SmackDown. How great would it be when you get those two back together for just one segment? They'll be able to do some awesome stuff. And Edge and Christian come out together to present the Slammy, which goes to Edge anyway. And they start talking. They're like, we trust each other. You're the right guy to do this with. And I'm just sitting there. I got my fingers crossed. I'm like, oh my God. They're gonna do a 5-second pose for the benefit of those without photography. They're gonna say that they reek of awesomeness. They're gonna dude or something. They're gonna bust out kazoos. And what happens?
Not much of anything.
Exactly. There's just one letdown, I guess, sitting on the couch, wondering where the alcohol, because there was no need to get excited for that. Kind of depressing sounding, I know. No, that's just my only thought. I learned that shouldn't get so excited and think that things are going to be awesome when they could get dropped like that. Bear could be gone in an instant, and Edge and Christian could just nod to each other and part ways. Thank you.
Excellent.
Vote Maggot.
Excellent. AJ, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that my DVR is a hater and didn't record anything.
Mm-hmm.
But what I learned from wrestling is that Paul Bearer makes the Paul Bearer face on Twitter randomly in actual real life scenarios. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Yeah, Paul Bearer has a Twitter account. WWE Erniverse.
Seriously?
Seriously, swear to God, it's Percy Pringle.
Erniverse, that's awesome.
It's Paul Bearer, and he did a
Wow.
he's a huge Alabama fan, Alabama college football fan.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back to the day of the Iron Bowl, which I think was the Friday after Thanksgiving, there's a picture of him holding a Jack and Coke doing Paul Bearer face. It's one of the greatest pictures in the history of the internet. So kids, if you're out there and you want to find some things on the internet, here's some fun wrestling Twitter accounts. WWE Erniverse is Paul Bearer.
I got it right here.
Things Cole Says is a guy who quotes Michael Cole, and the Coal Miners, which are a group of fans who love Michael Cole. Those 3 accounts are hilarious. Make sure you follow them if you're on the Twitters.
Wow. Fantastic.
That's what I learned from wrestling this week.
All right.
The Undertaker!
From
Sorg, what did you learn?
Oh, I learned that Paul Bearer will once again be killed off TV.
God damn it. God damn it.
Remember what happened to Paul Bearer the first time he was killed off TV? Do you remember, Sage? You're making the thinking face.
I'm trying to remember how Paul Bearer died.
Yeah, it was back when SmackDown was kind of in a downturn, and there was some.
Was this the second? Was this the first time they brought him back?
This was yes. Paul Bearer was put in a glass case, and there was a match about encasing him in cement, and Undertaker came over
Dudley Boys
and did it anyways. Was it against the Dudleys?
Yeah, the Dudley Boys kidnapped him under the orders of Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And then they had him in rising cement in the thing, and he tried to beat him during the match to stop it, but then he buried him under anyway, and then Heyman ditched the Dudleys and picked up Heidenreich, and a whole bunch of shit happened. And the point is, when Paul Bearer goes away, things don't go up. Paul Bearer is a sign of good things. And I'm just I hope that this isn't a permanent Paul Bearer's gone again thing, because he's just so good.
The funny part about Paul Bearer is that he's an actual mortician. He's a licensed mortician in the state of Alabama. So, when he,
interesting.
He can still be.
What is it with morticians in wrestling, man?
He's not the only one. No, he's not the only one, but he's the most famous one.
Yeah. Well, a local promoter we know left, and he's a mortician in Eastern Pennsylvania. So I'm just like, is he inspired? We never asked him that when we had him on the show, actually.
The Eastern Undertaker.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and real quick from the chat room, we got to get out of here. And I just lost all of them. I asked them. We did lose everybody in the Ustream, but Mad Mike learned that Batista's daughter can suck a dick to save her life, and that she's one of those weird chicks that doesn't undress when she's about to get pounded. Hot Wheels learned that Ustream sucks. Yep. Riz learned that One Night Stand in China is now bearable. Wow. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah, it gets.
All right,
and there you go.
Downhill.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Thank you, AJ, for joining us, and stick around after the Awesome Cast.
3 hours.
Welcome back anytime. It was fun. You put in 3 hours on Sorgatron Media.
I am the Slammy Awards of Sorgatron Media.
Please, guys.
Way to kick some ass, AJ.
Thanks, Pritz Magnus, for joining us you're in Connecticut officially, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's always my pleasure. Yeah, I am. I rarely know where I am on a map anymore these days, but I should be part of Connecticut for a couple of few.
Your colors are going all weird with the internet there. That's insane. And then LB, thank you for joining us from your observatory once again this week.
You got it. Aces.
Yeah.
Aces.
Please check us out. Wrestling Mayhem. WrestlingMayhemShow.com. On Twitter at Mayhem Show. Please drop us a line. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206-WMS0. That's 9670 for people without letters on their phones. Please go over check out SorgatronMedia.com. WrestlingMayhemShow.com. We have the big freaky voicemail thing. It's an experiment. Let's see where it goes. It's something to do with him because the guy puts in the time. Why not?
Hey, reward the effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Efforts.
The guy has opinions, and get them out there, and there you go.
A plus for efforts.
There you go. Usually the people that email us get in one of these monitors. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Thanks for LB, AJ, and Magus. I'm Sorg. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show is recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Ustream.tv.